Recently, I was able to go to Bali and visit our projects there. It was exciting because I actually got asked to fly in a little bit early in order to be the VIP guest at Korobakan prison for Ibu Kartini Day. This was an incredibly important day with VIPs coming in from Jakarta and from all around. It was such a joy in amongst the Bahasa to hear the Kalapas say, and thank you Ibu Christi and Bayside Church for everything. It's wonderful to see how things have progressed in the prison, and many things are going very well, although sadly the prison has actually now been divided into the women's prison and the men's prison. The male Kalapas is actually a Christian and a lovely guy, and the lady Kalapas for the women's prison, who I got to know very well, is a beautiful Muslim lady who actually often spends nights in the prison sleeping on her own office floor so that she can understand what it's like to be there with the women prisoners. With the separation that has happened, it has meant that all the things that were given to the prison before that were useful for both the men and the women have now been taken by the prison, the main prison. And so we basically have to start from scratch again. From the photograph, you can see the pump that we provided for the women's block. You can also see the open drainage that runs behind the block. And you can also see that there is one small fridge, one small walk that is to cater for 150 women, and we want to make this a little bit different. When I started at the prison that week, we were sitting on the floor, as you can see from the photograph, with the prison warden who had nowhere to entertain anyone. And of course in Indonesian culture that is just terrible, but the fact that she actually had a small office was because of her colleague who allowed her to build a small office at the women's block. By the end of the week, it was so exciting to see the transformation as I worked among 4 different NGOs in the area to provide air conditioning for her office, cupboards, and also the lounge suite that you can see. One of the highlights for me was I actually went into the church for the first time since Andrew and Mayu were killed. Going inside the church was an enormous healing experience for me. It looks amazing. Matthew Norman has done such an incredible job to make it a welcoming place, and as you can see from the photographs, it's very well built. We still have the photograph of the old baptismal font, which we will be cleaning and renovating, but currently it is the home of 4 very hungry turtles. But we've had many a happy memory inside that baptismal font, and it was wonderful to worship the Lord with all the prisoners there once again. We also had the opportunity of seeing the D houses that are sponsored by our young adults, and that was incredible to see the boys at work making their kitchens, setting that out. Also catch up with Wayan and Gail Dawiji, which was amazing just to hear what they're doing and to see what the Lord is doing through them in Bali. The Lord has given us an opening here to work with the local churches in Indonesia, and we're very grateful for this. So you can ask, how can we help with Bali? Number 1, of course, is prayer. We really need your prayer. It's long, hard days in there for those women. Some of them are in for serious crimes and some of them for very, very petty crimes, and it doesn't seem to matter. They seem to get the same amount of time, and it's tough for them. And now knowing that they won't have access to church facilities, that is very difficult as well, and we're praying that the Lord will provide a way there. We also really need your support in terms of, if you can purchase something from the Blooming in Bali stand, that's great as well. And there's nothing like actually going for a visit. We are organising a missions trip this year, and then from now on it'll be biannually. We'll be doing a missions trip to Bali, and actually seeing these women and coming and showing that you care makes an enormous difference to them as well. Certainly, once you've seen the setup and how it works, it's so different from anything that you can imagine. It just changes the way you think and the way you pray. So I really encourage you, if there's any way that you would like to help or support, or even support anyone that's going on the mission trip team, that would be wonderful. So please just speak to the guys at the iConnect desk and say, we've got some stuff we'd love to send to the prison, we'd love to be able to help